Hello and welcome to our English news edition brought to you by Canal Algérie. First, to the headlines. A horrific traffic accident takes place in Elysée province, resulting in the death of 8 civilians. Algeria's International Public Works Fair continues in Algiers, an event marked by the presence of foreign companies that aim to boost investment and strengthen cooperation in Algeria. The African Court on Human and People's Rights decides that all state members of the African Union are called upon to find a permanent solution to the Moroccan occupation to Western Sahara and to grant the Sahrawi people their right for self-determination. Good evening, those were today's headlines. First, in our news, the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, sent an invitation letter to the Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev in his capacity as the current chairman of the non-aligned movement in order to partake in the next Arab summit slated for the 1st and 2nd of next November in Algeria. The invitation letter was handed by Ramtal Amamra, Minister of Foreign Affairs and National Community Settled Abroad, to his Azerbaijani counterpart Algobir Amov on the sidelines of his participation in the 77th General Assembly of the United Nations held in New York City. And a fatal accident claimed the lives of 8 people in Elysée province, southeastern Algeria. The accident occurred when a bus carrying passengers overturned at the level of the National Road number 3 on its way to Burj Al Hawas. In other news, this year's edition of the International Public Works Fair is marked by the presence of foreign companies that aim to boost economy and strengthen their investment and cooperation relations with Algeria. More details in this report compiled by Sabrin Tefergenit.
9 countries participated in Algeria's International Public Works exhibition as a way to prove the strong ties they have with Algeria, with an aim to sign more cooperation agreements. Companies coming from China, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, the guest of honor, and Italy.
Algeria has built a very big and important highway in few years, the East-West motorway, and this was a very, very big achievement. This exhibition is, for us, is to be here in order to prove our relation of partnership with the Algerian road agency, ADA. And we hope that we will have the possibility to assist the Ministry of Public Works and the Algerian Road Agency in other projects.
Highways, airports and the big mosque, to name few. China's partnerships with the Algerian companies are many, not to say uncountable. CSES, for example, has taken over the construction of many of them, a result of 40 years of partnership.
We are here for the exhibition because we would like to show our capacity and also our cooperation with the local people and some partners, some companies, and so we want to show our interest and also future motivation that we can improve a lot in the future with the partners as well.
A transport planification project in Algiers, which the Chinese want to seal the deal by 2040, with the aim to reduce traffic in this busy city.
Yes, that is our thinking and also the planning for the future transportation of the Algeria's province. And we have recommended 3 plans, which is the number 11 line and also the number 5 line for the highways, and also we have a viaduct to cross the Algeria's bay, Yes, that's our future thinking, and we have made our plans based on some teamwork with the Algerian people and also some partners.
The 18th edition of the International Public Works exhibition has witnessed the participation of different companies representing different countries, targeting one same goal: invest more in Algeria to strengthen the relations and boost economy.
It's a very good market here in Algeria. it's a developing country, and there is big chances to get investment here.
Of course, this is a good chance for us to see what's going here in Algeria, and give us the chance to organize ourselves to the Algerian market. Of course, we have now machines in Algeria, like one for the company GCB in Hassi Masoud, and we have another machine in Batna for Haj Qadri's company.
From companies to entrepreneurs to engineers, freshly graduated students are attending this event to catch a job opportunity in this rapidly developing sector.
Still with national economy, the single window system, long awaited by investors, is finally here. A concept that will facilitate the investment operations, reduce the waiting time, and eventually attract more investors. More insights with Melissa Kobash.
After a long wait, a new requirement has been applied to the new Code of Investment for the benefit of investors, which is the single window. This provision will meet the investors' expectations. As we noticed in the last couple of years, investors concentrate about the different exploitation authorizations, notably how to obtain it in a short period of time. Apart from the authorization issue, there's also the real estate issue, and here comes the single window proposition. The Executive Decree number 22299 precise, among other things, the modalities of registration of investments at the level of the single window. The public authorities define the values of projects preceded by the concerned services to $2 million or more, and so as to benefit from the advantages prevailed by the Algerian Agency of Investment Promotion, the investors need to sign up at the level of the single window or a digitized platform through an introduction request. It should be noted that this step is a must even for foreign investors. This time, it is not only about the window dedicated for the reception of files. There will be a follow-up of the files, and the investors will be supervised in the process of obtaining the exploitation authorization. Project owners will have to present a full detailed file that includes a techno-economic study so as to claim the advantages related to the single window. The new investments legislative tax that will be applied by the end of the current month underlines the foreign investors' rights for the transfer of their foreign currency earnings.
In a different context and on the sidelines of the 77th General Assembly of the United Nations held in New York City, the Foreign Minister Mtala Mamara was received by the Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas. During this meeting, the Foreign Minister verbally conveyed a message of the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, regarding consultation between the two leaders ahead of the Arab Summit. In a related topic, the Minister of Foreign Affairs held discussions with Thomas Mitchell, the Grenadian Prime Minister, as well as his Venezuelan, Ugandan and U.S. counterparts. The meeting allowed the discussion of the important role played by Algeria under the auspices of the President of the Republic at the regional, African and Arab levels, as well as the continuous efforts to achieve peace in Libya, Mali and the Sahel region. The U.S. State Department stressed via the person in charge of Middle East affairs, Barrera Liv, that Algeria is a strong partner that promotes peace and security in the region, as well as the African continent. This took place during a meeting with the Foreign Affairs and National Community settled abroad Minister Ramtal Amamra, a meeting which also discussed cooperation between Algiers and Washington, D.C. Moving on to international news, the African Court on Human and People's Rights decided on Thursday that all state members of the African Union are called upon to find a permanent solution to the Moroccan occupation to Western Sahara and to grant the Sahrawi people their right for self-determination. It also reiterates that the right to self-determination provided in the Charter obligates all parties to take positive measures and fulfill this requirement, notably by rendering assistance to oppressed peoples in their struggle for freedom. And more scandals are being revealed against the Makhzen regime. The investigators of the Forbidden Stories organization confirmed the implication of the Makhzen and high state executives in the eviction of numerous inhabitants after taking their lands so as to build hotels and luxurious houses. Story by Melissa Kubash.
The Makhzen continues to exploit its people and keeps gaining fortunes out of drug trafficking and other illegal operations, with one goal in mind: enriching the managers and leaders of the kingdom. Investigators of the Forbidden Stories organization, and in continuity of the works of the Moroccan journalist Omar Ghadi, who has been condemned to 6 years of prison, have denounced the works of a deceitful government, namely the large lands belonging to the inhabitants of Douaroulet Sbita, located in north of Rabat, which have served high state officials to gain more wealth, including the businessman Anas Frioui, who by the late 2000s launched the project of Plage des Nations on agricultural lands, adding that the same businessman took other lands from the inhabitants of Douaroulet Sbita thanks to a sham covered by the state, despite the law that prohibits the private ownership of collective lands. And to show the implication of the Makhzen in these illegal operations, the organization highlighted that the high managers of the state were well aware of the Plage des Nations project, where a large number of luxurious houses equipped with pools and private beaches alongside a golf course were built, following the eviction of the village's inhabitants who weren't aware of the situation.
And with this, our today's news edition comes to a close. Thank you for joining us, and goodbye.